Hello, thanks for joining me. As you can see, I'm in the workshop again, and today I'm going to run a compression test on my Triumph Bonneville T140. Not because I've got any problem with the bike, I just want to do a baseline test just to check what the compression is. And then I know what I'm running with, and if it comes out as an unhealthy figure, then I will investigate. But the bike's running fine, just really checking it out. So if you want to see how this is done, follow along. So you can do a compression test hot or cold. They say you should do it hot to get the true readings, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a compression test cold first to see what that comes out like. Then I'll run the engine to warm it up, and then I'll do it again with a warm engine and see what the difference is. So first of all, I'm going to whip out both spark plugs. Obviously I'm just compression testing one side at a time. However, if you take out both spark plugs, then the other cylinder's not fighting against you with compression. So that's the one plug out. I'll go and whip the one out around the other side. That's both spark plugs out. I've actually just put the spark plug back into the cap there and resting that on the casing, so that, because when you kick it over, of course, it will spark, just so that it can still spark there. One thing you're going to be careful of, I got the fuel switched off. You've got to be very careful. We've got fire extinguishers in the workshop here anyway. Whereas, of course, if you're kicking the bike over and you've got sparks there, if fumes come out of the spark plug hole, the one that you're not testing, there's always a chance that might ignite off the spark. So the end of the compression tester comes with different adapters for different size spark plug holes. So I've got the 14mm one on there. You don't need to do it very tight. It's got an O-ring. You just need to get a seal on it. I put a little bit of grease on the thread there, and that's useful just to make sure that you don't damage that O-ring, because you just need to screw that down until it seals. Certainly do not need to be clamping that down really hard. And then here's my gauge, which sits on the other end. Just connects with a standard airline adapter, does that. Plug that in. Right, see if I can put that somewhere where you're going to be able to see it. Rest it there. I'll zoom the camera in, and then I'll kick the bike over. Okay, so you have to hold the throttle wide open whilst kicking the bike over. So I'll hold the throttle wide open, and then you keep kicking it until the needle stops going up. Usually takes 4 or 5 kicks to do that. So it might shake, rattle and roll whilst I kick it over. Let's see. Get a bit more oomph with my other foot. I think that's pretty much maxed out there. So what's that reading? That's reading about 105, 30, 40, about 135, about 135 psi. That's giving me on the right hand cylinder cold. So we'll release that, and I'll do the left hand cylinder, see what we're getting on that. Right, I've got the gauge connected to the left hand cylinder, but I just run the pipe round the front here so you can still see it on the right hand side. So again, throttle wide open, give it a few kicks. Oh dear. Well, that's not very good, is it? That's only about 100 psi or so on there. I think maybe I'm just being a bit of a wimp kicking it over. So I'll give it another couple of kicks, see if I can put in a better performance on it. Yeah, it was me being a bit of a wimp. So that's gone up to about 125. I'm sure if I gave it a bit more oomph I could get it a little bit higher. But anyway, I've got some baseline figures there, so release that. So that was 135 on the right cylinder, and it's 125 on the left cylinder, and that's cold. So I'm going to run the engine, warm it up, and then we'll come back and see what readings it gives me on a warm engine. Right, we're back in the workshop. I've warmed the bike up, engine's good and warm. So let's do another compression test now with the engine warm. Yeah, it is warm. That spark plug's quite hot. Ooh. Put that on there. Right, take the spark plug out around the other side as well. And then we'll do this compression test again. Make sure I switch the petrol off. Right, that engine is good and warm. So get the adapter in that. So easy to take that off and then screw the pipe into the adapter. I think we're all clamped up tight enough there to get a good seal. Good. Okay, put that somewhere where you can see it. Hopefully the rest there might drop off when I kick the bike over. So same procedure again, throttle wide open, going to kick it a few times until the needle stops going up. Oh, yeah, I knew that was going to drop down. I'll pick it up again in a minute. Right, I think I'll give it one more go. I think that's about as much as I'm going to get out of it. Yeah, it's not moved for the last 3 kicks. So there we are on the gauge. To be frank, oh hang on, I'll zoom in then you can see that. To be frank, that's still, oh come on, focus, 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 focus. It's focusing on this pipe rather than on the gauge. Hold that round there, I'll do it. There we are, right. So to be frank, that's still not very high. That's about 140 I read that as. So it's not gone up by very much. I was expecting it to be a bit higher than that. Let's try the other side. Right, got the gauge connected up to the left hand cylinder. So let's give it another go. Throttle wide open and give it a few kicks. I think that's about as far as I'm going to get. Give it one more for luck. Give it a big one. Right. See what that's got. So that is, oh, about the same, about 140. So it's consistent. The fact that it's consistent on both cylinders makes me think that there's not a problem there, because if there was a problem it would be probably affecting one cylinder rather than the other. However, just out of interest, and because I've got the equipment to do it, I'm going to do a leak down test on it whilst I'm on with it. So I'll probably put the leak down test into a separate video, but I'll post it directly after this one, so if you're interested you can follow on, because the leak down test will then hopefully identify if I haven't getting excessive leakage out of one of the other or both of the cylinders, which is causing slightly lower compression. Sorry, I'm totally out of breath after kicking the bike over. Right, so So that was it. So it was consistent on both cylinders, about 140 psi on both cylinders. I don't know what it should be on this bike, because of course I don't know what any of the history of the bike is. I don't know if it's got you know, different pistons in, it's had an overbore, anything like that, because I've only owned the bike a few years. It's had several previous owners and I've got no history on it, which is really why I'm just doing sort of these baseline tests. That certainly doesn't worry me. 140 is respectable. It's consistent on both cylinders. The bike is running absolutely fine, so I'm just assuming that that's my baseline figures to work on for the future. But I will do this leak down test now, which I'll post in a video after this. Thanks for watching.